200 to 0. That is the score right now. Europe versus Japan server, 200 to 0. If you thought the first match was the first round was a bloodbath of Europe versus Global being 186 to 14, Japan versus Korea being 192 to 8. 200 to 0. One thing that I want also, Japan was the one that was beating out Korea 192 to 8, and now they're getting dominated by Europe 200 to 0. One thing that I want to note though, which is something to definitely pay attention to, is that this is not going to stay 200 to 0 because Europe likes to come in early and do a lot of battles early. Japan, which we've also noticed from the first round, they like to come in later and do battles kind of towards the end. So this is definitely it's not going to stay. Europe server is still gonna win. I mean, like, that's a big lead to come back from. Japan server will start getting some more points. They're not gonna win it, but this is gonna change. It's not gonna stay 200 to 0. They're gonna get a few dozen points at the very least. So, yeah, a lot of these matches super dominant right now. Again, right now, because the battles, like, everything is not over. We're just very, very early on into it. It's just crazy to see anything at 200 to 0. If this was a soccer game, this would be the worst soccer game of all time. Or the best soccer game of all time. I'm not sure. Probably the worst and the best at the same time. But this is super crazy. You see very, very dominant right now. But again, Japan server is definitely going to come back. No doubt about it. One thing, I was looking through all the data from the last battle as well. One thing that I wanted to note, we had a Asia versus China in the last one. Asia won 115 versus China. China actually was so close in some of those battles. They were like a couple wins away. I want to mention this too, guys. If you're in Interserver Arena and you're like, oh, I didn't do all my battles, like, some of these things are like so close that China actually could have flipped it on Asia and won. Because some of those things were like, if people did like if people had like, they were missing like 2-3 wins. Like if one person won 2 or 3 more times, they would have won that team and flipped that number, right? So when you flip the number, you take one away from, like, for example, they would have taken one away from Asia and they would have added it to China. You guys know what I mean when I say flip the numbers. It's not like just adding one more number to your server. It's taking one from the enemy server as well. So, yeah, if they would have flipped like, let's say they would have flipped like 20 more, they would have won 20 more teams just by like a couple points each. So it was crazy. It was very, very close. Not at all like this. This is not at all close. Like, for like, what was this? Like, wasn't one of these like super? I mean, like 85 to 52, right? But this is all gonna change. This is all gonna change. I saw some crazy ones. Crazy. Oh, 51, 50, 76 to 50. But of course, this is gonna change because Japan server is gonna do more. I did tally up the current results right now. This is, again, we're very early. We're very early in this round. We're also very early. We still have so many more battles to go, so many more weeks to go. But currently, this is the scores. Europe server dominating. I don't see that changing at all throughout the course of the entire thing. I was expecting Europe server to dominate. I was expecting Europe server to be in the top 2, but I was not expecting them to dominate at this. This much is ridiculous. So, fun fact though, Korea not doing well. Not sure how Comtuos feels about that. I'll leave it at that. But Korea currently sitting in at 53 points. They got dominated by Japan server before, and they're getting dominated by, who are they actually fighting against right now? They're fighting against China, I believe, right now. So, yeah, not looking too great for Korea. Also, I know that these are all going to change. Again, it's so early on, but some of the very aggressive battles versus Europe and versus Korea, the teams at the servers at the top and the bottom is actually kind of skewing the numbers. Why am I using my mouse cursor? You guys can't actually see the mouse cursor, but it's skewing the numbers in the middle. Skewing. You're gonna see different servers go up and down. Global is not gonna stay at 5. I'm not saying they're gonna win or they're gonna be number 2 or anything. I'm just saying they're not gonna stay at 5. China's not gonna stay at 2 either. So China's gonna come down. Global is gonna come up. I don't know where everything's gonna end at the very end. I can guarantee you that Europe server is gonna stay at the top at number 1. Korea is gonna stay at the bottom at number 6. That's like, even just from being so early in the beginning, unless some miracle happens and massive things changes and Comtuos is like over there like changing the code. They're like, okay, if Korean flag get 300 more violent procs, like 200% resistance. Unless they start doing stuff like that, I don't see this changing. But yeah, we're going to do some Interserver Arena battles today. I've been enjoying Interserver Arena. I've been looking through all the data and trying to see all these different things. And there's some crazy stuff going on. I mean, not crazy stuff going on, but I just noticed like some of these battles are like so close, especially Asia versus China. Some of those battles were so close that they could have flipped it. China's server could have definitely beat Asia if they just did a little bit more battles. But I guess the bots were on vacation. The Chinese bots were on vacation that day. Okay, let's do some inter-server battles. Let's play around with some different teams. I'm going to show you guys a couple different teams that I like to use. There's some units that I did not expect to actually be using in this, that I was using in the first round, like Tessarion. I was not expecting to use Tessarion. We used Tessarion in like at least half a dozen matches. I was like, oh, okay, apparently I'm a Tessarion user now. So the first thing we're going to take a look at, which is something I did not expect to even be able to use in Interserver Arena, is just this Lucian team. Watch, maybe they have a crazy fast... No, they don't have a crazy fast. She still has attack bar. What were they Oh, my thing is not... my Samath, I forgot, is not thinged. All right, I mean, they still have 3 units on their side. My Samath is supposed to go before the Lucian, though. Just FYI. Just FYI, just in case you guys were curious. Like, that doesn't seem right. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. He's actually supposed to go first. But I made the Konamiya too fast. I had to make Konamiya faster. So, let's do one of these. Let's do one of these. Let's do... Actually, we don't even need to play. We can just auto it. We can just auto it, yeah. And now we lose. Yeah, that was a little too... Yeah. So this next team is a great rush hour defense because it's a stall defense. However, it is terrible for Interserver Arena. Stall defenses are bad for Interserver Arena because you can take as long as you want to. You have basically all week to hit these teams. So all we can do is bring a reliable, we can bring a Tessarion. All 4 of these units have passives, and all 4 of them are weak to fire. So we can definitely bring a Tessarion here. There's 3 light units, so we can use Jolton to tank their damage. He's on triple revenge, so he's going to be revenging. And then we can just use Akaki because he's got element advantage over the team. He's got some defense breaks. He's got some damage. We have Fran for the sustain. We don't really need much sustain at all, so I'm not really worried too much about anything. Can we get some revenges? No, we don't get any revenges. Let's go for her first. Let's go for her. It's like I don't want to have any accuracy. Well, if we get the immunity off, we can definitely put these... They're not that fast. I don't. With a defense like this, I guess I shouldn't have been expecting them to be fast. So maybe that's on me. Maybe that's on me. All right, so let's take care of this Triana first. Let's do one of these. We basically killed that. Then we go for literally anything. We could go. Actually, we got a defense break on him. We have a heal block on him as well. Let's hit him with the. That's fine. Let's hit him with the. Oblivion now. Let's hit her with the Oblivion first. I mean, we could just take our time and use the Oblivion on all of this. So, and we have the attack power buff. I had to change the runes on Fran. I was going to use Fran just the way she was, and I'm like, people going to complain that she's slow because I took the runes on Fran. Like a terrible person that I am. We got to counter again. Counter again. Counter again. No, don't counter again. Fine. Fine. But like, we could just go through one by one and just pick this off. Actually, we probably should have done the Kaki first. Shouldn't we? We should do that one first. Watch he dies. Lols. But he's not gonna revenge there. You see that? Because we just have a ton of attack power. So actually, best counter to Kinky is a Kaki. Or any of the Onimushas, really. Actually, not any of them. Kaki's the best one, though. Kaki's the best. But look, we just put the Oblivion on. Super easy. This is another defense we could just Kabila Lucian. Even if we had a Shimate leader skill, I would take Shimate Kabila over the Samath Tiana. Tiana's got such a... This is why it's important to know the base stats of these units. Oh, she was a fast Tiana, though. At least she was fast in the other thing that we had that we were hitting before. But we don't have to really worry about, like, the Light Monkey if he doesn't get a turn, right? So then she's probably going to go... Actually, like I said before, the Samath should be going first. Before the Lucian, but like I said, we also did increase the speed of the Konamiya for guild content, and then this Samath was still the same speed. Here's another example of a good team for Arena defense for Rush Hour. However, it's again not a great team for Interserver Arena because it's all stall units. There's really no threat here. So we could just take a Fran. This way we have an attack, power buff, and sustain. We could go even more aggressive. We can go Bastet. We can go Covenant. We can go Odin. We can do things like that. But if we want some sustain. I mean, Bastet does have sustain as well. We will do a Covenant. Let's do a Covenant. Let's do. The runes are good on him. Let's do some destroy HP. That's why we have to worry a little bit less if it goes multiple rounds. Because we have between the Fran and destroy HP, we should have very low probability of... We should have very low probability regardless of actually losing this. But we just have water damage dealers, destroy HP, multiple sources of defense break, attack, power buff, and sustain. Oh, that was a fast... Well, they have a speed lead. That was a fast Juno. There's a speed lead on that team. Yeah, that too. That too. All right, so let's see if we can snipe this Juno out. So they got the attack power, the attack gauge boost. Let's see if we can headshot or if Molly's passive comes into play. 48k. Okay, and that's not even on rage. Like, what is it on? It's on hopes and dreams. That's what it's on. Hopes and dreams. Kitten kisses. That's the rune set he's on. It's on fatal. It's on fatal. So he could do more damage. Let's do. Actually, we could just do this. There we go. All right. And then we don't really have to worry about him after that. Even if we did, we have some destroy HP, so he's even less dangerous. Let's do one of these. We can just auto at this point, so we don't really need to worry about anything else. We just take water damage dealers. We take some destroy. We take a Fran. This way she has the attack, power buff, and sustain. Could you not do that? Maybe we target this one. On second thought, maybe we don't auto because we don't know exactly what auto is actually going to do. So, like, hey... Is she hugged? Let's hit her then. Like, no, don't. Maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do that. All right. And by the way, that third skill, the first skill, if you guys are not, who's not a Covenant user? If you guys are not Covenant users, amazing unit, fantastic unit. The first skill just goes through the shield completely. Second skill will strip, and then the third skill will ignore defense. All of those skills are super good. Every single one of them. So wonderful. Look at that. 49,000 damage. Ridiculous. All right, so I think we basically won at this point. I mean, even if we didn't win, there's enough. Even if we don't like one tap her, there's enough destroy HP where she basically does nothing. So there we go. Here is a much better team. This is fast. This is aggressive. They have the speed lead. They have a swift Claire. It's gonna be super fast. We're gonna take this in. The nice thing about couple things. Nice thing about Kabila is she's got 120 base speed. So if they're gonna outspeed us with Clara, they probably deserve to win because they farmed insane runes and they have insane swift sets. So let's see what winds up happening. If they do have will and shield, that just means that Julie's going to do more damage. Julie's also on Fate. I gotta stop putting things on Fate. I farmed so much Necro. How do I not have everything on Rage? All right. So there we go. This is actually one of my favorite teams. One of my absolute favorite teams, this team. All right. Do they wind up... Oh, my goodness. They wind up killing... Let's do this. Let's bring her down to this. Let's do this. Let's take... They actually did snipe our... Because they reset these Samoth, but... Here's another team I absolutely love to use. If you can't outspeed something like this with a 33 speed lead, the Triton, or maybe you can, but you don't want to risk it. 33 speed lead, Triton, Savannah, Rika. We're taking the Veramos in. Veramos is going to stop the silence, is going to stop the slows, going to stop the dots, going to stop the defense break. I mean, not stop them. They're still going to land them, but he's going to cleanse them off every time he gets a turn. Leo's going to basically deny a lot of their massive turn advantage. Also going to stop the Savannah from doing so much damage. We have the Rika in here basically as our only damage dealer. Nothing else is doing damage. And then we have the Molly here to stop maybe some of their... Molly's not completely necessary, but I do like to bring Molly into a lot of these when I'm bruising just to stop getting all those debuffs. Maybe they stop critting. Maybe they stop doing all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So she's got that glancing passive. So we just want some kind of sustain of some kind. Actually, let's push her back to be the absolute last unit there so we don't get the defense break and then some... Oh, he didn't even do it. He didn't even do his thing. So we don't get the defense break and then all these other units attack on top of that. So as soon as we do... Oh, Veramos, so good. Oh, Veramos doesn't want to stun Savannah. Okay, and then we could just not touch her and then she'll waste her turn by getting dotted. Or maybe we just... I kind of want her to just do that, yeah. Just dismount for her turn. There you go. Let's do one of these. I mean, we really could just auto this now. All right. And we'll do Toy Knight. You don't really have to use Rika either. I feel like people are going to be like, oh, I don't have Rika. I don't like... Leo is super good, but you don't necessarily have to use Rika. You can use, like, for example, Helena is pretty good here. Just something that has, like, that... just something that can basically solo the team. That's all I'm saying, guys. Just bring in a solo unit that can solo the entire team. Did she just not do anything? Just bring in one unit. Whatever one unit you have that's just going to be able to beat the whole team by itself, just bring that. Just don't worry about it. Just bring that. But, yeah, Vermal is actually pretty good. People don't give him enough credit. But in certain situations, he can be very, very helpful. Look at that. I know people are going to be like, well, I don't have Leo. I don't have Rika. I don't have Molly. So in the last one, we use Rika, we use Leo, we use Molly. Lots of those things people don't have access to. This one, really nice to use Rocky here. She's got the third skill. She's got second skill, AoE defense break. Third skill is going to stop the enemy from reviving. And then also has it goes through the effects that resist death. For example, Triana effect. But not everyone has Rika. We're going to switch it up. We're going to use this guy, Avaris. So Avaris, kind of similar. So we'll do that. We'll stop the... We're gonna do Avaris on the Perna as soon as we can. Should we just go for the defense break on this Perna now? Yes, I think we should. Just in case. And he's on revenge. Okay. Let's see. Let's try to get a defense break. Let's get a defense break on this so that she wants to cleanse it from herself. She didn't fall for my trick. She didn't fall for my trick. Okay, how much damage are we really going to do to her? Not that much with this one. All right, so we're going to go for the Perna. We do have to proc that, proc the thing first, proc the Triana passive, and then, we could just do, we can actually do one of these. I don't really want to do that. Let's do this. Let's proc the Triana passive, and then we'll do this over here. And then, actually, he does it with all skills, doesn't he? Yeah. Can't revive with all skills. Why was I thinking it was his second skill? Well, bigger because you're dumb. Oh, right, that is it. Well, they're gonna get healed anyway. Ariel's gonna come in, he's gonna heal things. So let's do one of these. Actually, we didn't even need to do that, did we? We didn't even need to do that. We could have done the Vanessa. We definitely could have done. And then Vanessa wouldn't have been able to revive herself. That's not a thing that happens. Lols. I mean, unless Nana's on the board or something else, right? But Vanessa doesn't revive herself. Okay, so I mean, we could basically just let's do a shred over here. Just kidding. I didn't want to shred that anyway. Let's do one of these. We're not gonna actually crit. Yeah, I don't expect us to crit. But I just wanted to take some like wallet friendly units. Not everyone has certain units. So let's do this. Not everyone has like all these nat 5s. So that would have worked better if we stopped the revives, right? If we stopped those revives. Let's do... I guess let's just go for that. Oh, Vanessa's so squishy! Why is Vanessa so squishy? Vanessa's so squishy. Vanessa also is not as damaged. What is Vanessa on? I don't know what Vanessa's on. Let's do this because I don't know if Triana's got her passive. Yep, so we just do the multi-hits. I mean, basically at this point we could just auto it. So, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, stall teams like this, not great for Interserver Arena. Again, I'm not sure why there's so many stall teams over here. But, yeah. I think you guys get the idea. These things don't have... I think maybe these people are just not that good. I shouldn't say that because then I'm being offensive, but yeah, the stall teams not great for Interserver Arena. Wonderful players, but stall teams are not good for Interserver Arena. So, yep, there we go. This team, yet another one that I just really want to bring Julie into. Although, let's see how tanky they are. Let's see if they survive all of that. Let's see if something comes back from the dead. It could be a trap. We could have Kaki come back from the dead and absolutely obliterate us. So let's see what winds up happening. I always say that. I always say, let's see what winds up happening. All right. Let's do one of these, and let's see how much we actually wind up killing. Kaki comes back from the dead with an attack power buff. This is exactly what I was afraid of. This is exactly what I said. All right, let's try to kill this thing. Okay. But that's I saw that coming. I still hit it. I still hit it. Saw that coming from a mile away. still gets baited into doing it. The way he probably shouldn't have. But it's fine. I love this team, though. Here's a team that could be a trap and could actually throw us off. I love to use this offense, but I feel like this could be a trap. If we don't land the cooldowns on this Abelia, we could get absolutely obliterated here. So let's see what winds up actually happening. We do need to land the cooldowns on the Abelia. I would assume, I would love to think that this Shengpeng will actually do the trick, but who really knows? Okay. So we did increase cool times, so I think we're fine. Yeah, I think we're fine. Oh, we cut in anyway. All right, so we moved first with the Alicia. So, oh, thank you so much. Can we kill? She's on crit damage. I think, what is his skills? Does he have his, yeah, he does. Okay. Because he did proc. So let's do one of these, decrease attack gauge. And then everything's on crit damage, so we should be perfectly fine here. But sometimes that'll get you. So this one is kind of interesting, and it's a lot easier than it looks. So we can go two different ways. Number one is we could try to outspeed it. We have Kabila 120 base speed versus 108 base speed frigate, which means we're probably, as long as we have a 33 speed lead, we're probably going to outspeed. If we had a Shibate lead, that might be iffy. If we had no Kabila, we had a Bernard instead, I would say, hey, maybe don't try to do that. One of the things, though, is that we could actually definitely take a Leo into this. So if we don't take a Leo into this, they're going to outspeed, they're going to strip defense break, and then they're going to do resets and then big damage. He doesn't have an attack power buff on that team, so we could still just bruise it out and withstand it. We could take some tanky HP-based units and just try to bruise it out. But we could also take a Leo, we could push back the Gemini, and we could have just Shield Will and everything else, and he's not going to be able to, and just do it like a Shield Will cleave that way, because he's not going to be able to strip anything else and nuke on top of that, because he doesn't, like, if the Gemini's push back. And we know that the Gemini is going to watch his Gemini's going to be like, I'm on will runes. Like, why though? So we know that Gemini's not going to be on shield will. So we could do this. We're just going to do this. But let's see what winds up. He's done. Yeah, because we know he's not going to be on will runes. All right, let's do one of these. Let's do one of these. We're probably not going to kill the frigate. Let's see if we reset the Samoth or not. Okay. Let's do this, and we're probably gonna just be shy of killing the frigate. Yep. Oh, we were shy of killing the Gemini, too. Okay. But we took out at least one of their units. I thought we were actually gonna kill the Gemini. I thought we were gonna be able to get the Pisama and the Gemini, too. I figured we weren't gonna kill the frigate, because a lot of people run frigate a little bit tankier, so yeah. So in this specific Interserver battle, I'm seeing a lot of stuff that I just want to Julie, so I'm going to Julie a lot of that stuff off video. You guys don't want to see 9,000, or maybe some of you do want to see 9,000 Julie matches. We're going to hit this one because it's kind of more of a, we could bruise against it. I mean, we could Zyros this, we could, first, there's so much. Okay, there's so much. Number one, we could take a Shield Will Tiana Galleon Zyros, Tiana Galleon double Zyros into this, right? That's going to basically handle. I mean, we may glance, we may not glance. Who knows what's going to happen? But we could take something like that into it. We could take a Rocky into this. It's going to be super strong. Also, Rocky can't glance, I believe, is another one of her. I never use Rocky. We're going to use Rocky right now. There we go. I say, there we go. We, like, Vega, you got to put her in and then say, there we go. Listen, I don't know where she is. You guys see those three fire harpies? That was the thing that we used to use for Necro. Or maybe we didn't use it for Necro, and I just wanted to use it for another fun thing against something like this is Vertiheel is really nice against the Jean and the Vanessa Triana, because it will just increase all your turns so much. So we're gonna take this. We're gonna take this. We'll take. Should we take something else? I mean, we will take something. Should we? Like, yeah, you should probably take something. Where's Veramos? Also, which Veramos? Just in case they get the provoke on. I don't want endless provokes. So let's, I don't even know where this stuff is. I have a couple Veramos. That'll do. Look at these amazing runes on this Veramos. Not everyone has a billion violent runes to go around. Most people don't. So when you have like 300 units runed, sometimes you gotta do some wacky stuff. So there we go. There's some wacky stuff. I was like, Bagel, what is that? I think my eyes are bleeding. They might be. It could be. But, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? It's like, no, don't do whatever that is. It works. I use it constantly. It works just fine. It doesn't violent proc, if you probably guessed that. But aside from that, it does work just fine. So let's see if we get some... I don't actually need to do any of this, do I? We can get some heal blocks on that, I suppose. Let's do some defense breaks. Okay, let's do... Yeah, we go some attack gauge pushback. It's fun. Okay, and then she strips everything and she gets a billion D turns. Let's do one of these. All right, let's do a Soul Crusher. So this should... not crit. Okay, it did crit. It did crit. This should not crit. Yep, that's about why I don't use Rocky too much. I don't know. It's like she... See, this is exactly what I was worried about, which is why I was like, let's bring Veramos just in case. Just in case, because I knew there was going to be that one instance where she actually lands that provoke, and then we're just infinity provoked. So I was like, let's do this bad boy. All right, we're not going to actually kill with this, because we're not going to actually crit. Yeah. Not surprising, we shouldn't crit. With that. Shouldn't crit with a water unit on fire. Also, it doesn't have 100% crit rate. It's fine, it's fine. We take them against fire units and Pernas and stuff like that. We don't use them all the time, but when we do, it's good enough. All right, let's do one of these, because we need a defense break first. We actually only have one unit that defense breaks here, which is kind of concerning, but she does turn cycle enough, so it should be fine. Or it might not be fine. Does she actually... I don't care who I hit. I just want to make sure that we hit one of them. Right? Right. All right. Can we actually... Can we kill? We could kill. Could we kill? No, we don't kill. Okay. Well, we might have. We could have killed. The option was there. Let's do this. Now we got to wait for another AoE defense break there, though. Unfortunately. Do we have... Oh, we have one more turn before we get the third ski. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's what Daddy wanted. That's what... Why do I have to say it like a creepy like that? That's what Daddy wanted. Like, no, no. That's weird. That's... Why you do... Don't do weird things. Look at that stun. Amazing stun. Wonderful. It's not even a... That was a perfect opportunity. Perfect opportunity right there. Maybe we should heal Veramos. I think that's probably a good idea. Probably a safe idea to heal Veramos at some point. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Let's do this. I would love to have cleansed, but yeah. We'll cleanse if we get another shot. Okay. Sleep again! I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. Okay, let's do one of these. Let's do... see, we really need another defense break. That would have been wonderful. But I'm trying to... I was going to say, I'm trying to take a more budget-friendly team, but there's the Rocky. But we didn't use Rocky before, so... Searcher is also a nice one here. So let's do one of these. Let's do one of these. We're just... I mean, we're eventually going to beat it. It's just going to take a couple extra minutes doing it this way. All right, guys, we're going to be in this match for another 3 to 4 hours, so that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Good job, Europe server, for dominating literally everything, and I will see you as always in the next one.